What betrayal does to the soul. Let's talk betrayal. Nothing slices the soul quite like being betrayed by someone you trusted to protect you. Whether that's a parent, partner, leader, or even yourself, betrayal creates soul rupture. It doesn't just break your heart, it alters your operating system. You start questioning, was any of it real? Am I safe with anyone? Can I even trust myself again? The deeper betrayal goes, the more the soul withdraws into protective exile. That part of you still exists, but it stops showing up. It stops risking intimacy. It stops dreaming. Soul surgery means going back to that moment, not to relive it, but to retrieve what was lost. Identity collapse and soul disintegration. Some wounds don't come from one event. They come from years of misalignment when you live a life so far from your truth that eventually your inner compass stops working. This happens to the corporate exec who realizes they've sold their soul for success, the parent who wakes up to how much of their selfhood they've buried, the spiritual seeker who used perfectionism to mask their pain, the trauma survivor who doesn't know who they are without the survival role. When this happens, you don't explode, you dissolve. Your reflection becomes unfamiliar. Your voice sounds foreign. You wake up and think, I don't know who I am anymore. This is soul disintegration. It's slow, quiet, and devastating. But it's also reversible if you're willing to stop pretending and start reconstructing your soul from the truth outward. Grief, the hidden surgeon. Grief gets a bad rap. We think it's just about death. But real grief is the soul's sacred response to loss in all its forms. And sometimes, grief is the only thing deep enough to pierce the ego's illusion and begin the surgery. You grieve the version of you that never got to live, the childhood you never had, the innocence that was stolen, the relationship that was a lie, the dream that had to die. And in the crying, cracking, breaking, you don't just fall apart. You bleed out the infection. Grief doesn't damage the soul. It prepares it for resurrection.